1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Hi, my name is Genevieve Gutmara, and today I'm going to be talking about my persuasive speech on why I think healthcare should be free in the United States. Now, we all know someone that, or a loved one, or know someone that has either a long history with a mental illness, a illness in the United States, or a daily basis with the healthcare system. Now, the healthcare system is not cheap, right? So basically, with the healthcare system comes many bills, and according to the healthcaresystem.com or healthcaretracker.org, healthcare spending in the United States is 2020 is $4,000 more expensive per person than any other high-end or income nation. I'm going to help you understand why this creates plenty of conflicts and struggles for patients that need treatment. So, according to CDC government.states, 1 in 10 Americans has diabetes or is affected by diabetes. Now, this is a pretty big population, right? So all of these people that have diabetes are people that also need insulin. Insulin is not free in the United States, and most people can't afford insulin. Along with insulin and other supplies, there's needs for safety, and including glucose strips and lancets and a place to store medical supplies. Now, diabetes.org portrayed the statistics would be people that have diabetes spend about $16,000 on medical expenses. And this is a pretty big population and pretty big, wide variety of money. This is 2.3 times higher medical expenses than any other high-income nation. This means that diabetes contributes to 7% of the medical cost in healthcare and is higher than the chronic diabetes such as cancer, and is also higher percentages than people with heart diseases. Now, which leads to issues of diabetes patients skipping doses and suffering through illness, and just because they have to be able to afford the cost of insulin and treatment. So they start to rationalize their insulin, and is very dangerous, which can also lead to death. Now, if we were able to have more insulin supply and free healthcare, then we would also be able to save people. This also goes for cancer. So cancer is a really big increase in price in the healthcare system, and has very high death rates in the healthcare system as well. And medical expenses of someone with diabetes kind of just starts to cave in. With that being said, another death that can also decrease is, or another price that also can decrease is the price of ER, an ambulance. A lot of the time, people won't buy or call an ambulance because it's too expensive. Now, RIPEA.org had said, it tells us that ambulances basically have their own company. And so having their own company, they charge their own price. Charging their own price, they will charge thousands of dollars for an ambulance. This also goes for helicopters. Helicopters are very expensive. Did you know that it takes up to $50,000 to call an ambulance? And the probability of people calling an EMS transportation increased of 25% in 2020. And in 2019, it was recorded that it was only 15%. And this also can cause problems for patients because with any type of medical issues that can lead to life-threatening or worsening medical conditions that were not evaluated by professionals. Getting evaluated by professionals is important for everyone to know that they're healthy and safe. And which is why I want to talk about cancer screening again. Cancer screening expenses and treatments cost. Now, cancer testing can cost anywhere between $300 and $10,000. That is a lot of money. That is a lot of money. While treatment are also around at least $100,000. $100,000 is basically worth a house for cancer treatments in the United States. It's higher than any other country per year. This can be said with even insurance covers with who cost according to cancer.org. And covers, yes, insurance does cover some of this, but it does not cover all of it. It covers some, but there will still be a lot of expenses out of pocket. Now, 1 in 8 people with advanced cancer can turn down the care of recommended cost because of the cost. They will turn down treatments because of the cost. This is very scary. People are turning down treatments for diabetes. They're turning down treatments for cancer in the United States because of the cost. It shouldn't even matter about cost. And in Canada, they have free medical expenses. And in Europe, they're also they're either free or they're half off. Ambulances are also free there, and any check-in, basically. And this is why I think that doctors or check-ins and other kinds of, ambulances and helicopter rides and everything like that shouldn't be about the price. It should be about life-threatening possibilities, and you need to be saved. It's not about the price. And I feel like that's why a lot of Americans aren't getting their treatment, is because they don't want to put that onto their family. And that's very sad. So 1 in 8 people with advanced cancer can turn down the care because of the cost, but 1 in 4 patients and families report using the most of all the savings to pay for treatment. If treatment is testing were more affordable, cancer patients would be higher survival rate and more people would be able to have no cancer. Now, this is very important to why I think that the United States should have free healthcare, because we're decreasing the survival rate and increasing other countries' survival rate. So, thank you for coming to my speech today, everyone. And, yeah.